Hey everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome to tonight's Kiki. Sorry I was running a bit late. Thank you guys for coming in. Hey Miss Magnolia. Thanks for coming in. I hope everyone is doing well. Don't forget to hit that like button as you're coming in. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And be sure to hit that bell so you'll be notified each time I upload videos, okay? You know how it is when you get busy around here. So thanks for hanging in there. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, okay? So, hey Miss Erica, how are you? Okay, so let's jump into it, okay? Since I was running a bit late and whatever, that's why I ain't on video. But I hope you guys are having a great evening, had a great day. And if you're part of the replay gang, don't forget to leave a comment, hashtag replay, and let me know that you guys are there. Okay, so first and foremost, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. Rest in peace to Jesse Powell. I know, right? We all hanging in there. Rest in peace to Jesse Powell. So if you guys don't know who Jesse Powell is, he was a R&B singer from the early 2000s, I believe. The one hit that I know that everyone fell in love with was the song You. And everybody named Mama that was around in the 2000s know that song. If not, Google him on YouTube and you will fall in love with that song because he had a very, very awesome voice. I think they said that he registered at 4 octaves. He had 4 octaves. So he was a very great R&B singer, but unfortunately he passed away at the age of 51. So rest in peace to Jesse Powell. My prayers and condolences go out to his family. His sisters, his younger sisters, did have a group called, I know one of the girls' name was Tamara, but the other girl, I can't remember her name. But they had their own little group, and they was a duo, and they was featured on some other artists' songs. But one of his sisters released to the public, to the media, that he unfortunately passed away. They don't know what the cause of death is at the moment, but just send some love and prayers to that family, okay? But this boy right here, back in the early 2000s, when he came out with that song, oh, it was beautiful. It's still a beautiful song, but it is a beautiful, beautiful song. I wish he had a longer career because there was some songs that he had, but I really didn't listen to. They wasn't charting as popular as that song You, but I will always remember that song, that's for sure. So rest in peace to Jesse Powell. Let's move on to the next story. Now look, I just found out about this, about Jackson, Mississippi. Let me know that you guys can hear me very well. Let me know that you guys can still hear me. But okay, at least y'all can still hear me. You know that Mercury retrograde is going, so I'm cognizant of technical difficulties around here, okay? So I just found out about what's going on in Jackson, Mississippi, and I'm pissed because, as you can see from the video. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having my back here. But I'm pissed. I'm very pissed at what's going on with Jackson, Mississippi, because there is no way that they should be having this water crisis. As you can see from this picture, they got this brown sludge or whatever you want to call it. The water is very much undrinkable. Very much undrinkable. And I think they've said, residents say that this been going on for 30 plus years. So this is horrendous. This is horrendous. Now this has happened in Jackson, Mississippi. And yet again, I gotta shout out my own state. Flint, Michigan is still without clean water 8 years later. Flint, Michigan is still without clean water 8 years later. And now we have Jackson, Mississippi without clean water. Evening, Sheila. What in the blue blazes is going on here? So I cannot mention Jackson, Mississippi and what's going on there without mentioning Flint, Michigan. Because we are not going to forget that Flint, Michigan is still, there's residents that still don't have clean drinking water. They can't even bathe. Exactly. And our governor at the time basically was trying to say Flint, there was no problem in Flint. So, come on. There's a problem, people. When you have a whole community that don't have proper drinking water, they can't bathe properly, you can't even do a boil water on that advisory. What you gonna boil? How much heat can you put that water under to get rid of the contaminants? Exactly. You cannot heat this water enough to get rid of what's in there, that the contaminants. Now in Flint, Michigan, it was lead in the water. And them people was drinking that for years. And people was getting sick. Kids was getting sick. Now you got Jackson, Mississippi going through the same crap. The government got to do, in these states got to do better. Flint, Michigan it's 8 years later in Flint, Michigan. All of the residents in Flint, Michigan should have drinkable water that they could actually bathe in as well. It's 8 years later and you still got residents that can't live properly, that still have to. Even if I had drinkable water, I will be sitting up there with bottled water from now on. But you have residents that can take a bath, take a shower, because their piping has been replaced. But some people need to be held accountable, because no community should be going through this. And why are we just not finding out about Jackson, Mississippi this week? Or within the last month? I'll be generous and say within the last month. I'm just finding out about it today. So this is unexcusable. This is unexcusable. But the people that's running for these different offices want to say that they care about the people. How you care about the people and you got people in your own community that you have been placed in the office to serve that can't even drink the water? How have you addressed these concerns? Because this is not the first time. This cannot be the first time that these people in power in these prominent positions knew about this issue. I know at every community hall meeting, whatever you want to call them, in Jackson, Mississippi, Flint, Michigan, and many other cities, at their town hall meetings, that's what they call them, at the town hall meetings, their community went there and voiced their concerns, but nobody listened. Nobody cared. Now the media done got a hold to it, and now all of a sudden people starting to care. You should have cared when your constituents was coming to you. You should have cared then and at least addressed it. I'm just saying. This is horrible. No community should be going without water for this long. That's not drinkable without somebody addressing the concern. This is unexcusable. This is unexcusable, and it boggles my mind. It boggles my bloody mind that this is still happening, and it's just sad. It's very sad, and I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. Yet another city experiencing what Flint, Michigan is still going through, and it should not be happening. We're not a third world country. We're in the United States of America. This shouldn't be happening. This should not be happening. See, I figured it was a month, but I'm just finding out about it. Thank you, Magnolia, for that. But a lot of what the article I was reading today, that they were saying that this been going on for about 30 years. And as you guys can see, I'm heated. Maybe it's like every day in Louisiana because you guys are so close together, and it's just now making it up north. But I should have found out about this some other on some type of show, all the social media, the social media news. And hell, the water plants in Flint, Michigan is technically old, but it was the piping in Flint, Michigan, allegedly. They was lead pipes. And we all know that back in the 60s or the 70s, especially in the 70s, I'm pretty bloody sure that they was cracking down on the paint in people's houses because it had lead in it. So why would you have lead pipes still? And you know what those pipes can do to people. You know what lead can do to people. Everyone needs to get, our infrastructure is jacked. Our infrastructure is jacked. You cannot have this old stuff here without trying to replace it and be thinking that people are just going to live like this and just accept it. You can't tell me somebody didn't know this in the government, that things needed to be replaced. But no, they want to funnel that money somewhere else. If people aren't complaining, they figure, oh, well, why fix it, I guess. Please get new pumps. Please fix this problem. Please fix this problem. And Flint, Michigan, come on. I know you're still here. I know there's still a problem. I know that you're getting trucks full of bottled water still being delivered. I know that. I'm a Michigander. I know that. I ain't forgot Flint. And I ain't going to forget this Jackson, Mississippi either. I'm going to keep track and see what's going on. At least once a week and see if there, stuff has been improved. Because this is horrendous. People should not be going without water. I'm sorry. Water is a necessity. It's a necessity. So I'm hoping that they do get some new pumps and things like that and fix this problem as soon as possible. And I'm hoping that Flint, Michigan, every resident get clean water and go after the people that caused the issues and didn't want to resolve the problems. That was sitting on their damn feet, sitting on their dang on hands, twiddling their thumbs. I'm just saying. I'm going to get off my soapbox. I'm sorry. Oh, let me get back on my soapbox. I guess I'll have to get back on the soapbox. Did y'all see this crap? These are hot topics. I'm sorry. Disclaimer, if you guys are, getting triggered and upset, I'm sorry. But you should be rightfully upset about this. Little Haley is out here trying to live her best life. She auditioned and was given the role of Ariel for the live action movie that's coming out May of 2023. And it's no surprise that when the trailer came out, that trailer is now at 1.5 million dislikes. Because now Ariel, Disney had the audacity to do a live action movie on Ariel and cast a person of color. How dare Disney do that, right? How dare Disney do that? 1.5 million dislikes. And someone took it upon themselves to use CGI to replace Haley's face and head with a person with a Caucasian person and say that it's not racist. They probably would, Sheila. They probably should. Not should. They probably would go new. They probably would go new if it was more people of color on the small and big screen. They probably would lose their bloody minds like they already are, because there's a bunch of Karens and Kens and whatever you want to call them out here just losing their ever-loving mind, because people of color are being seen more on the small and big screen. And it's just sad. It's just sad. And one of my sisters told me last night that not only are we getting a black Ariel, we're getting a black Tinkerbell. I'm bloody excited about that. I think it's Zendaya Yara. Yara is going to be the new Tinkerbell. You know how excited I am about that? I freaking love Tinkerbell. And to have a black Tinkerbell, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm ecstatic. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Yeah, and I saw a post where I'm going to paraphrase it to the best of my ability. Because I kept seeing it on Facebook, and it was something that resonated with me. How do you expect to throw all those black people overboard over the slave ships and not expect to see a black mermaid? I know you guys probably seen some type of meme or repost of that, but that resonated. How? We should have... One, this is a fictional bloody character, so why are we going... why is racism involved? Oh, Magnolia, I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm not even a big Little Mermaid fan, but I will watch the mess out of this. Because I love seeing the little girls' faces when they realize that Ariel is now black. I am so loving those reactions. I love them. They bring me so much joy watching those little girls, little brown girls, brown and black girls, seeing themselves on the screen. I love that. I love that because it's needed. It's called representation. We've seen Caucasian people enough. We want to see us, and we shouldn't have to carve out our own lane to see us. Because anytime we carve out our own lane, people get upset and they want our money because we're carving out our own lane. So they're missing out on money because we're spending our money in where our lane is. So they go and destroy that lane. So we have no choice but to pit her back to their lane so they can complain and abuse us and take our money. I know I said this last week, but dude, seriously? Seriously? It's the Little Mermaid. It's a fictional story. Race doesn't come into this. It shouldn't. It's a beautiful story, and the mermaid can be whatever color. But why y'all mad? Now they say that, you know, these people are just coming out the woodworks talking about, so now we got to remake every movie so it could have a person of color. No, y'all dumb mofos are taking our stuff and putting white people in it. And that's what y'all normally do. So we had Love and Basketball. Sanaa Lathan and Omar Epps. We had that. Now y'all want to come out with Love and Baseball? The heck is that? Explain that. Who asked for that? Who asked for Love and Baseball? Anybody asked for Love and Baseball? Anybody? They got mad because The Wiz came out. And they started talking about, oh, now, they done put people of color in Wizard of Oz. Seriously? He was like, oh no, we should make this is how slow some of these people are. I think The Wiz it was like they redid The Wiz or something like. Yeah, they did redo The Wiz. And it was a live action. It had Queen Latifah in it. And some other people, I can't think of their names right now, but I know Queen Latifah was in it. And people was so upset, and they was sitting up there like, I guess we gonna have to make a white version of The Wiz. It's called Wizard of Oz. Y'all had the white version of The Wiz. It's called Wizard of Oz. This is how slow some of these people are, because they don't even know that they already had their own ish called Wizard of Oz. Sorry, I'm on my soapbox, but I got heated. I refuse to watch Love and Baseball too. Trust me, I ain't watching that ish. Yes, The Wiz is way better than The Wizard of Oz. At least we ain't see nobody hanging in the back like The Wizard of Oz. We ain't literally see somebody in the back that committed suicide in the movie, in the final cut of Wizard of Oz. We ain't see that in The Wiz. Girl, I don't know who is in that Love and Baseball. I ain't about to sit up there and watch that stupidity. But I saw the screenshot of it. Let me see if I can find that and tell y'all who on this is. It's some plus and minuses of not being on video. Oop. I said Love and Business. Okay. No, I want the movie, you dingus. Okay, who in this stupid movie? Do y'all know any of these people? Tate, Hanyak, Max, Arseniga, Nicole Elise, Asif Ali, Todd Duffy, Sarah Booth, Mike C. Nelson, Janelle Marie Rodriguez. Do you guys know any of these people names? Ronnie Jeva, Cameron Kelly. Do y'all know any of those names? I'm sorry. That's just a few of them. Exactly. Don't play with the Wiz. The live action came out and all them people that not of color got in their feelings. Yeah, exactly. The Tin Man. Okay, so the original Tin Man was supposed to be Jed from Beverly Hillbillies. That was supposed to be the original Tin Man, and he got sick. That's who got the lead and poisoning from the silver paint, because it's supposed to have been the Buddy, the guy who played Jed on Beverly Hillbillies. That was supposed to be the original Tin Man, and he got sick. Not saying the other guy didn't, but yeah, Jed got sick, so they couldn't use him anymore. So that's who's in love and baseball, is those names I had listed. Yeah, I ain't heard of none of them people either. Yeah, poison from paint. Yeah, Sheila. Because it probably had lead in it. Lead and mercury, like Magnolia said. Horrendous. So these people out here having in their feelings about a mermaid being black. Go get a life. It's other things to hate on. Besides, hate on yourself for being racist and trying to take joy from little girls and little boys that like the Little Mermaid. They don't care what color she is. They're just excited that it's a live action movie about their favorite character. For brown and black girls, it's more important because they see themselves. It's called representation. We tired of you non-people of color, being represented all the time. We want to see ourselves on the screen. Y'all had your turn. Y'all is sitting up there, it's not enough to have you non-people of color just always on the big and little screen all the time, but they want us play people of color too. Look at the Gods of Egypt. Look at all the other movies that depict Egyptians and Muslims and Indians or indigenous people and Asians. They had back in the day. They had non-people of color playing those roles. So come on now. If anything, we should be heated about that instead of y'all being heated that Ariel is black now. Who cares? I love The Wiz, the original and the live action. The Wiz is awesome. Yeah, and them flying monkeys was getting me. Exactly, Sheila. Y'all want to be us so bad, but imitation is flattery, I guess, whatever that saying is. But look, y'all want to be us so bad. Dang, come on. Don't hate yourself. Don't hate yourself. That just shows your self-hatred. And then y'all want to teach us to hate ourselves. That y'all are the beauty standard and we're not. Okay, them days are coming to an end. I'm just saying. New World Order. NWO. Yes, I'm doing wrestling references now. NWO, New World Order. But I'm excited to see Haley. This is a great honor for her. It means so much to her, and she putting her all into this. You could tell she's putting her all into this. And this girl does not deserve that hate. She does not deserve this hate. She's doing her job. She beat other girls that was up for this role. She won it. She's won it. She has a great singing voice. She's a good actress. Come on, and she's one half of Beyonce's protege. Yeah, that was the live action. The Wiz is the live action. Yeah, that's what it was basically teaching us, was how materialistic and commercialized and just money hungry society is. Yeah, that's what the Wiz was basically telling us. It was teaching. That's what it was teaching. Both versions. You know, the grass is not always greener. That's what it was teaching. The grass is not always greener. But this Haley does not deserve this hate. She's a great singer. She's a great actress. She deserves this moment, and she should be happy. I know she's not paying attention to the hate, but it's hard to pay attention when it's like 1.5 million dislikes on the trailer. And it's sad that it's not kids hitting that dislike button. It's adults. It's adults hitting that dislike button. You hate yourself that much that you can't fathom that the Little Mermaid could be a different color. That color doesn't matter in that world. It's a fictional world, but it doesn't matter. So get over it. You're not going to be able to control every bloody thing. You know? Non-people of color only represent 7% of the world population. Let's note that. People of non-people of color only represent 7% of the world population. But they done tricked the world into believing they have all this power and position. And the rest of us, people of color, don't. And now the tides is turning and they losing their ish over it. Get over it. New world order. Okay, I want to try and get off my soapbox, but that pissed me off. Okay, some happier news. Let's give a round of applause for the black greatness that we saw at the Emmys. Let's give a round of applause for Shirley Ralph winning her first Emmy. Long overdue. She's the second person to win this prestigious award in this category. I'm pretty sure too that Erica. I believe that too, that they had to have some type of help, because this 1.5 million dislikes, dude. Seriously, they had to have some type of help, computerized help. They had to. So Shirley Ralph won her first Emmy in this particular category. The first black woman to win this category was, I believe, Jackie. And she let it be known that her role of Sandra on 227 was supposed to go to Shirley Ralph, but it ended up going to they picked Jackie over her. So Jackie was giving her kudos and also giving us that bit of history, because I did not know that Shirley Ralph was supposed to play Sandra. But kudos to her. Did you guys hear her speech? Did y'all hear her sing her acceptance speech? I heard it. It was beautiful. This woman got up there and sung her speech, her acceptance speech. It was beautiful and it was worth it. It was worth it. She accepted that award. She looked gorgeous. It was bloody. Yes, Magnolia. It was bloody amazing. It was bloody amazing to get up there and sing. And she had to compose herself because it was emotional. And nobody got slapped. Nobody got hurt at the Emmys. So we could enjoy this moment. I'm just saying. And then Zendaya was became the youngest Emmy winner. Zendaya got an Emmy. Lizzo got an Emmy. So I'm thinking Lizzo is hopefully on the road to being an EGOT soon, because I'm pretty sure she got Grammys. And now she done got an Emmy, so she's 2 away. She need to get into a movie, and she need to get into some type of play or musical, even if she got to produce it herself. And then my girl Quinta Brunson, I'm so proud of her, because I watched her on BuzzFeed, starting out on BuzzFeed, and look at her now. She won for best sitcom writer, and I just love seeing her. But what I didn't like was seeing Jimmy Kimmel. Yes, I was getting there, Sheila. What I didn't appreciate was Jimmy Kimmel doing his little, still laying stretched out, while she was Quinta Brunson was doing her acceptance speech. Now she's saying that she doesn't care that he was up there. Jimmy Kimmel was one of the first people in Hollywood that really gave her a shot, put her on his show, and basically kind of low-key been like a mentor. But she's supposed to be on his, I think she was supposed to have been on the show yesterday, so she said her feelings might change by the time she see him next. But it was a bit, but yeah, it kind of did take away from her moment, and that was unfortunate. But she didn't see it that way, and if she didn't see it that way, I'm not going to take too much offense to it, because I'm taking my lead from her. Yeah, so if he did all of that, Magnolia, and she forgives him, I'm gonna take my lead from Quinta, and just leave it as it is. So evidently she didn't punch him in the face like she said she was going to do. But at least he apologized, so that was good. He apologized to her, because it pretty much it was a gag that went too long. But it was a beautiful night. Our melanated queens and kings showed up that night, dressed to the nines. They showed up and showed out. So congrats to Shirley Ralph, Lizzo, Zendaya, and Quinta for winning you guys Emmy. Lizzo, oh my God, you got a bloody Emmy. I bloody can't believe she got an Emmy. I haven't watched her show, but she was so emotional giving her speech, and I'm just so happy, and I'm very much happy over Shirley Ralph winning her Emmy, because it's long overdue. She should have won an Emmy long time ago. She should have won that Emmy a long time ago. You guys know I don't watch award shows, so I get bits and pieces the next day on the gossip rag. So because I can't sit there and watch award shows anymore. But maybe I need to start watching them. But Shirley Ralph, this was a long overdue win for you, boo. So kudos, live it up, enjoy, and it was just so beautiful to hear her speech. I'm still overjoyed and amazed by that speech. So overjoyed and amazed by that speech. Whew. This was much needed after my little rant. Let's keep going on and get some more. Okay, so look. Your girl Wendy allegedly has checked herself back into rehab for her alcoholism. That makes sense. Because if she's on the sauce and she's having medical issues, That would explain some of her behaviors. That would explain the miscommunication and misinformation being brought out, that she's saying that she's married to a cop, but her people around her saying she's not married. That if she is on the sauce allegedly and having medical issues, that would kind of explain her behavior, kind of, because Wendy gonna be Wendy. Now, she's checked herself back into rehab, and if that is the case, I pray that she gets better, she gets sober. If this is true and that is the case, because a lot of misinformation does come out of her camp, so that's why I said allegedly. I ain't got time to be getting sued, because Nicki Minaj is around here suing everybody and their mama. Rightfully so, because you ain't gonna be running around here calling Nicki Minaj a crackhead and get away with it. I heard about that. So that's why I'm saying allegedly. So if Miss Wendy is in rehab allegedly, more power to her, and I hope she gets sober, and I just pray for good health. Now, she was supposed to be doing some type of podcast. If this is a hindrance to that, I'm hoping that she gets herself together and to be able to do that podcast, because whether we like her or not, Wendy has a place in the media. She has a place. She's in the culture. She is the culture. She's been in the business over 30 something years now. Started in radio, and then she moved to TV. And if she could move to podcasting, more power to her. You know, I think that would be a good look for her if she could manage it. But you can't manage it and abusing, you know, substances and alcohol, and you have a medical condition. So prayers out to Wendy, whether this is true or not. I'm always going to, you know, send love and light to Wendy as much as possible, whether you like her or not. I'm going to send her, you know, love and light, because I'm not going to wish ill on anybody. But I do hope that she is able to come back to what she loves, because she clearly loves to gossip. She clearly loves all of that. So, and it's people that's still out here that's willing to show up on her shows, you know. So let's hope and pray that she get it together now. Hopefully she get it together and she get this podcast out here. Because, you know, not saying that I would, like, you know, listen to it every day or something like that. But I probably, you know, tune in here and there just to get the gossip, you know, and just to see how she does a podcast. Because it'll almost be like her radio days, you know. It'll be interesting. It'll be a new avenue for her. So let's keep a watchful eye over Miss Wendy here and see what happens, because this could just be a ploy from some of the people that's in her camp that she don't get along with, and they just, if they, you know, they might be spitting out some negativity to downplay her, to kill her efforts of getting back in the game. You know, that could be what this is. So we just have to wait and see what happens and see if this is legitimate information and true. But allegedly, for now, Miss Wendy has checked herself back into rehab. So we hope you get better, Miss Wendy, for your sake and your sons and everyone else that loves you. Now, I did hear about this. So this happened in, I believe, Taiwan. And this particular nursing home thought it was a good idea to hire a stripper to come up into the nursing home and strip for the patients. We all know nursing homes is generally full of older people that may be sensitive to, you know, heart issues and things like that. So do y'all think it was a good idea for them to bring in strippers. I mean, it made the people happy, but you risking your patients' hearts at the health at the same time. Because the pictures I was seeing, they was happy. You know, the men was happy. They was, touched on the stripper and, doing what, guys do in the club. But I don't think the patients' families probably appreciated it. I'm just saying. They might not have appreciated it. I mean, they was enjoying themselves, but you don't want nobody kicking a bucket behind it. I mean, good idea, but I don't think they really thought it through. The health complications that could come behind it. But yeah, they are entitled to enjoy a life. Magnolia, Granny probably was on that pole. Granny probably was like, let me get back on this pole and show this young girl what she ain't doing. That could be true. That could be true, Sheila. That's what they should have did. They should have passed the medication first. And then brought in the stripper. But they did kind of reconsider it after the fact. Probably because they would get a little bit of backlash, just a little bit. But I thought it was funny because I've never heard of strippers being up in the nursing home. I never heard of that. This is the first. This is a first. So maybe it's going to become a thing. They might not visit. Sheila. But the ones that do, they may not appreciate this. But then again, they probably didn't care. It brought they family member happiness. But, the facility kind of was just like, this probably was a bad idea, but it made them happy. We probably won't do this again. So at least they got, some happiness and some fun once, that it probably was a big shock and surprise. I know that for sure. Come down to the rec room and next you know, you got strippers. They probably was just like, okay, we hurrying. People that don't even come to the rec room probably was willing themselves down there real quick. Burning rubber down to the rec room. Like, they got who? We going to the rec room today. I thought it was funny and hilarious. And like I said, I've never heard of that before. So, dude, strippers up in the nursing home. And they wasn't patients. They was, they was providing entertainment. And them people was having a field day with it. I know that for sure. But that was Taiwan, not here. Now, this is the last story of the night. Now, I was contemplating talking about this. Low key wanted to pull on it. I may pull on it eventually, but I wanted to kind of get some more that's probably what one of them was saying, like, here, over here, honey, I got some money from my concession. Lord Jesus. But yeah, I might pull on just Tom Brady and Giselle, because I was getting kind of nosy about it, but I might not pull on it tonight. I might not pull on it tonight, but I may pull on it soon. But Tom Brady, we all know that he had retired from football. And Giselle has been trying to get him to retire for some time. So the deal was that he would retire, and then in his retirement, he would spend more time with the family. Rumor has it that he was being offered, the talking gigs at the ESPN and whatnot. And it would have been a good idea for him to do that. Yeah, tips, dollar bills, and peppermints. Yeah, that's what they was tipping. Peppermints. God knows what they... I'm not even going to say it. That was just gross. But now we all know that Tom Brady came out of retirement. So he reneged on his deal with Giselle. What y'all think Giselle done did? She up and left this man and the kids. She left Tom and the kids and went back to her original country. She just recently, within the last couple of weeks, came back to Florida for the sake of the kids. But she and Tom are not living together. So there is trouble in paradise, because I think Tom kind of left his practice because it was trouble at home. And I think that's around the time that she upped and left. So is anybody surprised? I mean, he's been promising her for years that he was going to retire and spend more time with the family. And what do he do? He pulled a Jordan. He outright pulled a Jordan. He retired and then went right back. So basically, he's choosing football over family. He could be retired and still be involved with football if he was a commentator, or for ESPN or and whatnot. I know how you feel. Because trust me, I ain't got nothing nice to say about this man either. Exactly. Sound like an R. Kelly song, Sheila. He pulled a Brett Favre, Michael Jordan, whatever you want to call it, but he reneged on their deal. Yeah, she left the family house. She left the country. Not only did she leave the family house, she left the country, and she ain't came back to the family house either. She first left the country. It wasn't just a family house. She left the country. She left him and them kids. And she just recently came back within the last 2 weeks. And she has posted on her social media, go Broncos or whatever, in support of Brady. But that doesn't mean that they are living together and everything is fine. That doesn't mean that. Just because she posted that doesn't mean that they're back together and working things out. Because allegedly, she's not back at the family house. She's living separately, but she is with the kids, I believe. So there is trouble in paradise. And I knew this was going to happen, because Tom doesn't seem like the type of person that will let football go. Yeah, that's in Florida, right? Yeah, I think yeah. Look, I don't be watching football because you know who we got up in Michigan. So I don't be trying to pay attention to football. Unless it's the Super Bowl. I watch the Super Bowl. And somehow I can bet and win. But I watch the Super Bowl. That's the only time I watch football. But I know the players. I know a good portion of the players and whatnot. And I know what a touchdown is. I kind of got the understanding of the game. That's the only way I could watch the Super Bowl, if I had some type of understanding. But Tom Brady gets on my bloody nerves. But he reneged on his deal with his wife, so she had every right to be upset, because she probably fully expected him to follow through with his end and retire and be more present with the family. And now he's not doing that. So he left her no choice. I guess he doesn't believe fat meat is greasy. Did he really think that she was going to go along with him going back to football? Well, at least you guys made up. At least y'all made up. That's a plus. But I'm not shocked that she reacted the way she reacted, because she got every right, because he was promising her for years that when he retired, he was going to be more present with the family and be with the family. And in the beginning, I think he did. But somehow he missed football. Yeah, that's still gonna be your sister. That sisters for life. Nah, sisters for life. Don't let football get in the way. But I probably will pull on it to see what happens, what the energy is like, and what possible outcomes. But that's just because my butt is nosy, and everybody and their mama could have saw this one coming. Everybody and their mama should have saw this one coming, because you don't say that you don't what you don't do with your wife is promise her something for years and then do it and then renege on it and expect her to sit there and be happy. He messed up on that. He really messed up, and I think he knows. I don't know if he thought he was calling her bluff or something like that. Maybe because I know it's alleged that they had some type of argument. It might not have been a knockout drag out, but they had some type of argument. But you can't sit up there and expect her to be happy that you returned to football after you promised that you wouldn't. I mean, come on. How did he expect her to be happy about that? How did he expect her to be happy about that? I have no bloody clue how he thought she was going to be happy about that. For her to leave the family house and go to her original country, it had to be epic. Yes, Erica, it had to be epic, because no woman just dipped to another country like that without her kids. So it had to be some type of really jacked up fight. I feel for the kids, but I kind of low-key do feel for Giselle. I'm not the biggest fan of hers either, but when your husband promises you something for years and you've been waiting for this for years, she looked miserable at them games, especially the last couple of ones. The last couple of years, she looked miserable. It was just like she was just hanging on by a thread, like he's going to retire. He said this was going to be his last couple of years. I can get through this. It's like she put all her effort into getting through the last couple of years so he could retire and she could breathe a sigh of relief. And now he's back playing. Again, how he thought that she was going to lay there and be happy with that, he don't know his wife, evidently. He don't know her. So in this instance, I do feel for her. Hopefully they can work through this, But we will see once I pull on it, because you know I'm gonna be nosy and try and pull on this. I just ain't gonna pull on it tonight. That's for sure. Maybe this weekend. Y'all see it on my Instagram. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, definitely follow me on Instagram, House of Kemisi over there. Check me out. Follow me over there. But with that being said, I do want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to share. If you're part of the replay gang, leave a comment in the comment section and let me know that you're there. Hashtag replay. I want to thank you guys for joining me this evening. Again, sorry, my apologies for being a little late, but you know, it was a rush day for me. But thank you guys for hanging in there with me. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. And I will check you guys in the next Kiki. Good night, everyone.